Okay, so I'm doing my presentation on implementing a competitive strategy using a balanced scorecard and a strategy map. So the balanced scorecard works by grouping four critical success factors. The first one, the most important one to most companies, is the financial perspective. So this includes financial performance for like operating income and cash flow. The second one's customer perspective, which measures customer satisfaction. The internal process perspective includes measures of productivity and speed. And then the fourth one is learning and growth perspective, which includes measures as employee training hours and the number of new patents and new products. So these last three will actually all contribute to finance perspective, and we'll see a cause and effect relationship later. So implementing the balanced scorecard. So to be implemented effectively, it's got to have the strong support of top management. It's got to reflect the organization's strategy, which you can see in the mission statement. It's got to communicate the organization strategy clearly to all managers and employees. They have to understand and accept the scorecard. They want to have a process that reviews and modifies the scorecard as the organization strategy and resources change. This will be done after implementation. And it's got to be linked to reward and compensation systems. So the managers and employees have clear incentives linked to the scorecard. It can be done through commissions. It includes processes for ensuring the accuracy and reliability of the information in the scorecard. Ensure that the relevant portions of the scorecard are readily accessible to those responsible for the measures, and that the information is also secure. You don't want other companies or even hackers getting a hold of it and showing it to the world. You want to require those managers involved in the implementation of the balanced scorecard also be involved in the selection of the scorecard measures, so they're more involved, more integrated in the process. And you want it to be framed as a strategy map with all the linkages among perspectives. Okay, so Kaplan and Norton, they introduced the balanced scorecard, and they've pointed out the key role of the balanced scorecard in the strategy map in strategy execution and change management. So these are the 6 stages of a closed loop system managers should use to develop and implement the strategy. So the first one is develop the strategy. So making a mission statement, essentially. Stage 2 is to translate the strategy. So you're using the critical success factors and drawing on a strategy map. And then 3 is to align the organization. So all the employees are on board. You want to plan operations in stage 4. So budgeting, process improvement. Stage 5 is about monitoring learning. You want strategy and operating reviews, see how things are working. And then stage 6 is to test and adapt. So you're going to do profitability analysis and statistical analysis. So maybe this is the stage where some things might change. You want to switch some things up. So the idea of the strategy map, there's a cause and effect relationship. So all the 3 internal processes, customer satisfaction, and learning and growth, those are all going to lead up to the financial perspective. So it's essentially the target of the strategy map, and the other ones are going to contribute in a cause and effect way. So for example, learning and growth perspective would be the base. And then this is because the learning and growth is going to result in great products and great employees. This will drive performance in the internal process, and then also the customer perspective. And at the same time, great performance in the internal process drives performance in the customer perspective. So better operations are going to mean more satisfied customers, and then satisfied customers are going to lead to financial performance. So you can see that here, learning and growth at the bottom. The third is internal processes, then customer, then finance. But even some of the things in learning and growth can even move all the way up to customers, so they can be interrelated. So in conclusion, the balanced scorecard actually wasn't used till the late 1990s, and they were only focusing on these financial measures, and actually non-financial measures were not achieved, like customer satisfaction. So again, the balanced scorecard focuses on 4 critical success factors. So the financial perspective, the most important, and what everything leads up to, and then the customer perspective, and then the internal process perspective, and the learning and growth perspective. So both the strategy map and balanced scorecard are used to implement strategy. The balanced scorecard focusing on measuring performance, and the strategy map goal is to develop and communicate strategy throughout the organization. So essentially, the balanced scorecard provides the structure for performance, and the strategy map provides a guide towards executing the organization's plan or the performance in general. Thank you for listening to this presentation.